The mantle of sex symbol is quite a heavy one decades later. You're frozen in time, in celluloid history, at like the peak of your beauty and at your goal weight. It's sort of like you can't help but chafe at the thought that people are comparing you favorably or unfavorably to what you look like when you're age 23, but you have to let that go. What is my approach to getting older? I still feel like I'm 35, but I feel like everywhere along the path, you have to be okay with where you are. Otherwise, it makes it more difficult on you. I would love to get into amazing shape to show a bikini picture, but I prefer one pieces anyway. I know what works for me and I know what works for my body and what makes me feel comfortable. I utilize the technologies that are at hand to maintain a youthful and healthy glow about myself. And why wouldn't I? Because there is a career longevity to that. I try to be very disciplined and not looking like that overdone look that we see, because you are putting yourself in the hands of people that can make you look different with fillers and Botox. Don't try to look like somebody else. As young women, we don't realize the strength and power that we have in our youth. I try to impart that with my daughter and say, believe in yourself and you're amazing and everything you need is within you. Simon and I have Bianca, and we were married and we got divorced and we got back together again. So we are single, but we are together as common law. I think there's something about that separation and that respect of individuality that you don't get that ownership thing that sometimes people get into when they're actually married. When we got back together again, it was definitely brand new. And the nervousness and all that, the first kiss. So we've been together basically with a little time out in the middle, 21 years at this point. When I came to Hollywood, I had short hair and an agent told me, you should get a long-haired wig because your roles are going to be Asian, like tea house girls, villagers. They expect an Asian girl to have long hair. This is what you should look like to get work. And fortunately, I was able to somehow cobble together a career through that. Unfortunately, most of the time I did have to wear long hair because it was sort of expected for that part. There's a certain aspect of being Asian that's fetishized, and that's exactly where you are. Easter Sunday is a celebration of what it is to be a Filipino American family and all the travails and dramas that our multi-generational household goes through. I'm Filipino, Spanish, Chinese, born and raised in Hawaii. I absolutely think that we are in a wonderful time of inclusion now, from Asian people, African American people, trans people. These are faces that you wouldn't see heading up major motion pictures or television series back in the early 80s when I started out. I remember when I was on a soap opera and they didn't want to give me an interracial relationship because it was not done. And now we're at a place where Asian people can head up the cast and make huge box office. And I'm so happy to see that we're at this place finally.